Hi there. Now we have lesson 308. This instant is the only time there is. There is only now. Paragraph 1. I have conceived of time in such a way that I defeat my aim. If I elect to reach past time to timelessness, I must change my perception of what time is for. Time's purpose cannot be kept the past and the future one. The only interval in which I can be saved from time is now. For in this instant has forgiveness come to set me free. The birth of Christ is now without a past or future. He has come to give his present blessing to the world, restoring it to timelessness and love. And love is ever present here and now. What this means is that when we do all the work of healing our past, once we are no longer operating from the perceptions of our immature mind, our 2-year-old, our 10-year-old, our 20-year-old in our mind, once we healed and we return that part of our mind that was in fear to love, it disappears. It's like it's gone. It's like it's not even there. It gets removed because it's not necessary. You're not using it. So your mind begins to project pureness. And when you begin to see out there without the distortions of the past, you are in the present moment. So now, as you're projecting the world that you're seeing, you are now using the eyes of Christ to see. So what gets projected out there is you see Christ in others. But to be able to see Christ in others, you have to be in now, because your past stored information is the filter that blocks you. And the past always has you focusing on the future. The past and the future are linked together, where the now moment stands alone. So that's why we have to heal our past perceptions, shift them, train our mind to shift them from fear to love, so that then we can, with a clear mind, our heart can extend the love that we want to see out there. So that's why we have to be clear that we must get in alignment, that this instant is the only time that there is. So we are letting go of past and future and moving into just now, so that we can be present right now. So when you see a judgment or a fear, you know it's from the past. You might even say, well, how old was I when I picked that up? I was 12 years old. I remember it's something that I learned with an experience that I had with grandmother. Okay, well, that was what grandmother thought. It's not my truth, so let it go. Thank you, grandmother, for giving that information to me, but I don't need it today. I'm okay today because I now know the truth. And then you forgive yourself for having carried that for all those years. And in forgiving yourself, you return yourself to the present moment. That memory disappears and you unclutter your mind, and you can see clearly now because you're seeing with love. So love can move through that mind that is clear and see the world that you want to see, which is God created a happy world. So you will see happiness out there. So paragraph 2 says, thanks for this instant, Father. It is now I am redeemed. This instant is the time you have appointed for your Son's release and for salvation of the world in him. You see, we heal ourselves now. We're healing now stuff that happened when we were 2, 10, 20. We're healing the memory in our mind that keeps projecting that experience out there. We're not going to the past to heal it. We're healing our mind of past information. We're releasing past information from the projector. It's like we're taking those clips of those movies and we're cutting them. We're letting them go. We're creating room for a new movie. We're creating room for a movie that is the Christ consciousness movie that we want to see, that we want to experience, because we want to see a romantic comedy. Why not? Let's move out of the nightmare and experience the world through the eyes of love, through the eyes of God, through the eyes of Christ. Why? Because you can do that. You have that choice because you're the one who elected not to experience life that way. And as consciousness is shifting and evolving, and we are beginning to ascend in our consciousness, we're beginning to see from a higher perspective, climbing up the mountain so we can see how God sees and not being in the valley where we can only see with blinders on. As we ascend our consciousness to see the way God sees the world, what we are beginning to do is we're shifting the whole planet. That's why seeing the best in others, you're adding to the energy of the collective. We are shifting the planet by our willingness to activate the frequency, the vibration of love everywhere we are looking. That's how powerful we are. We truly are here to save the world. We remove our judgment and express our joy, and boom, we ascend the planet. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next lesson.